All right, you two. Almost there. You go. Right, Brown.
It's a new duty for police, making sure gas gauge rage doesn't get out of control. And it's a distinct possibility. Take a look at this line of cars waiting and waiting and waiting for the scarce fuel. It stretches at least 10 blocks along 10th Avenue and takes up 2 lanes of traffic. It's a 2 to 3 hour wait just to pull up to the pump, but it's the only game in town.
Looking for gas all day today.
So I've been here like an hour and a half waiting for gas. It's unbelievable.
So I'm hoping that I don't get up there and then they say, no gas.
With its familiar sights and sounds, the trip to the fair is for some more like a walk down memory lane.
This is a good atmosphere. It's a good place to bring the kids. My parents brought me here as a kid.
But fair organizers say just as the old rides are replaced by newer ones, the same may have to happen to the fairgrounds themselves.
It's time for us to really take a serious look at it.
Fair General Manager Ralph Shoptaw took us on a tour Sunday of the aging grounds.
Every time it rains, we're fixing leaks in this building.
If you want to follow me.
That's the C row.
It's been crazy.
He's getting there.
We've been working 15 to 17-hour days.
Here we go.
During those hours, Dr. Corey Key and the small staff at Southwind Animal Hospital performed 12 surgeries a day
Get y'all soaked up.
and care for over 100 rescue dogs. That's in addition to their regular workload.
It's really putting a test on, my family, our marriage, the staff.
The Pope County Sheriff's Office, the ASPCA, and the Best Friends Animal Society raided an unkempt shelter near Russellville almost a week ago, where the operator was just too overwhelmed to care for that amount of dogs.
Here we go, baby girl.
Justin Key is the practice manager at Southwind, and he says this operation has been in the works for a year and a half. But the resources were never there to do anything. They couldn't stand by any longer.
It's been a nightmare, the year-and-a-half process of trying to get this shut down.
Find a good one.
Act like you're gonna pick it up.
It may seem like child's play, but as 3-year-old Talia Montgomery picks her pumpkin for Halloween,
I can't carry it.
she's also helping boost business for the pumpkin patch that was almost pumpkin-less thanks to the weather.
It was so hot, the weather was so hot that the pumpkins just wouldn't make.
Patch owner Randy Motley had gotten so desperate he'd made plans to ship in pumpkins from Texas.
Pop this one, baby.
But he says things turned around when the temperature dropped below 90 for about a week. The pumpkins were able to grow, and now, to his delight, they're being picked from his patch.
We're up about 30% on our gate and pumpkin sales, so we're just thrilled with the turnout this year.
I can't find one.
So far, at least 3,000 more people have visited the patch, and there's still a week left.
This one looks the best.
Motley says it's about more than picking pumpkins.
Okay, now come here. Bye. Bye.
It's the hay rides and cow trains.
Hold it out for him.
And Animal Farm.
How cute.
These activities are pushing his business over the top.
Just so fun to be out here and enjoy the outdoors and just teach them about fall.
Hannah, Brayden.
Motley says these days, families leave with more than a pumpkin to carve.
Polly Lindley.
They take away an experience they'll never forget.
Cheeseburger.
Gotcha.
In Little Rock, Brittany Johnson, KARK 4 News.
Cabot football isn't flashy or pretty.
Hey, man, get it.
They just line up on the ball
Go.
and run you over.
That hard-nosed, old-time football is kind of what we live on here.
Coach Mike Malham tackles heat the same way, head on.
We just make sure they're well hydrated, and we hadn't had a problem.
The team follows guidelines set by the state. All players weigh in before and after practice.
149, 172, 133, 169.
For every pound they lose, they have to drink 20 ounces of liquid. They get water breaks every 20 minutes and a 1-hour break halfway through practice to take off their pads, rest, and rehydrate. In addition to drinks, there are soaker hoses on the goalposts and a cold tub in case a player gets too hot. And new this year, statewide player-parent meetings about heat illness to make sure everyone on the team is moving in the same direction.
For Dr. Mehmet Oz, surgery came before stardom.
We'll go on early and dialyze it.
Now the face splashed on the covers of magazines is so well known that a walk through the hospital lobby is more like a walk of fame. But inside the operating room, it's medicine over media.
When we're here, it's all about saving lives.
A day in the life of Dr. Oz is a busy one. Starting at 6:45 a.m., grand rounds where doctors consult, prep for surgery, and do rounds or patient visits.
This is Dr. Oz. I told you he'd be stopping.
How are you?
by.
Oh, I didn't know if you were joking or not. No, he wasn't joking. I came by.
But his day focuses on one patient at a time.
Hello, how are you? You got a
Pleasure to meet you.
I think doing television has changed me in a lot of ways, but most of all, it's made me a better doctor.
The student nurses will snap a few photos, but the nurses who have worked with Dr. Oz for 20 years, TV celebrity host little flash.
Most of the nurses I've been working with my entire career, they trained me, many of them, so they could care less if I'm coming by. They wouldn't know why am I late.
Then it's off to the operating room.
Good morning. Pick up, please. When this clamp comes off again, the heart will have hopefully restarted.
After a successful surgery, Dr. Oz sits down with the patient's family.
Thank you very much for trusting us.
Once Oz finishes his day of doctoring, it's showtime.
And action. Hey, Gloria.
Hi, Dr. Oz.
Hair, makeup, shoot. 5 hours a week of medical advice for the masses. But the day is still not over yet. A car ride, a call home, a speech, more photos.
Because I'm talking to you about changing, and you're not ready to change yet. I'm wasting my time and your time, and you go see what Dr. Phil is doing.
At the end of the day, it's only the health and the heart that matter.
The people that I work with really don't care that I'm on television. They care that I do my day job right. That's why we're friends. That's why we work together. They have the same passion for making sure that heart operation goes just perfectly. And that allows me to leave a lot of that celebrity behind.
Rosanna Scotto, Fox 5 News.
Many of the other resorts, you know, Belmar, Seabright, Mama's Beach, they've already all been completely evacuated. So that's the good part of it, but the damage is very severe and it's continuing.
Look at that. That's live. That's a
Manahawk, New Jersey.
That's a traffic light being blown about. You know, we see these reporters out live. They're taking a big risk for all of us, a chance, because there's serious debris blowing around. And thank you, Congressman. Actually, Adrian Cepino is right there. Adrian, heads up. Signs are waving all over the place. Can you hear us?
Oh, yeah, Greg. We see it. This has been happening for like the last half an hour or so. Things really kicked in here in Manahawkin. Let me step in front of the camera. It'll actually be easier to talk because the wind's at my back.
Yeah, it's difficult.
The biggest problem here is really the flooding. And I mean, we're miles from the beach, and you'll have to take my word for it, but right over there, the ocean has come up. I mean, you can see waves. And that does not bode well for all these waterfront homes.